What is good, YouTube? My name is George. Welcome to my first video of 2021. Happy freaking New Year. It's still a pandemic though. I thought I'd kick off the new year with a nostalgic style video. I am going to look at over 10 years of my skateboarding progress on transitions. So quarter pipes, mini ramps, vert ramps. I've got all of these freaking tabs open. It's like insane. I think Google Chrome is about to take a dump. Like one quick announcement, and it is that the 𝓉𝒽𝒄𝒄 OG logo mask is dropping today. It's definitely a more snug fit around the face. It really feels very secure. It fits me perfectly. I also just love how that simple logo looks right there. I think it's really sick. Cop an 𝓉𝒽𝒄𝒄 mask at the link in the top of the description. All right, so I invite you to kick back, relax while I react to over 10 years of my skateboarding progress on transition, starting with February 2008. Yo! So this 5.0 is literally the first piece of footage that I have of myself skating a quarter pipe. I love the ripped jeans as well. One thing I realized as I was compiling these videos is I really did not care about transition when I was younger. I was always filming background tricks. That's really all I seemed to care about back then. And it's so funny how our priorities in skateboarding change over time like that. Let's see how I continue to progress. All right, so we're in the basement again, this time in my pajamas. Looking good. And already doing blunt fakies. I thought blunt fakie was the coolest trick. Like I thought that was the ultimate transition trick and didn't even grab it. It's kind of steezy. The next piece of transition footage I could find was in May 2012. Wow, I could pivot fakie in 2012? That's crazy. So I've technically been doing pivot fakies for over 8 years. What the heck? Rare street clip? Is that an almost impact deck that I see?
This call may be recorded.
Customer service. Get me straight to the bitch, bro.
This is not transition, but let's peep this clip. Rare George street footage. Ooh. I can't even nollie heel like that anymore. I definitely skated differently back then. You know what's funny about that backsmith on the quarter pipe is I still can't properly backsmith on a quarter pipe. I've done a few good ones. Nice little crooked stall. I actually still like that trick to this day. Fly out kickflip, kind of sick. These Wiz Khalifa tracks are bumping. Yeah, that was also my stoner phase. We don't gotta talk about that on here. Starting to get my lanky steez. Back blunt on that little ramp. Actually can't even do that trick anymore, which is funny. Oh, I really like how I did that. It's pretty steezy. Front tail continues to be one of my favorite tricks on a quarter pipe. All right, so we are now gonna fast forward 3 years, and actually here's where I think it's gonna get more interesting, because this video, February 2016, is my first session at Middlefield Skate Park in Connecticut. Look at all these beautiful transition elements to skate at this park, and watch me just completely skate it like a street rat. Immediately start trying kickflip on the bump to bump, classic. Almost fucking died. At least I hit the wall ride on the first session. That was sick too. But yeah, I really remember at the start of my time at college, I would come to Middlefield, really would not take advantage of the fun transition that was available to me. Worst skate park rail I've ever seen in my life. And I took the time to frontside 50-50 it. It really blows my mind like how different it would be if I pulled up to this skate park today. I would be flowing around, skating the transition, still hitting street stuff here and there, but you know, skateboarding is always flowing and changing, and everyone has a different journey. And popped out of that blunt fakie nicely, still focusing on that blunt fakie. I actually remember the feeling like I had to do blunt fakies every session to make sure I could still do it, because I still felt like that trick was like the holy grail of transition skating. But I'm starting to look nice and comfortable on the quarter pipe. Here we got a mini ramp session in my friend Aaron's backyard. Oh man, this mini ramp was so much fun. Love those blunt fakies. My style looks kind of awkward here. I don't know why. Maybe I was like physically growing or something, but yeah, I'm handling the mini ramp all right. Something you might notice is I am never doing frontside tricks, like frontside 50-50, frontside 5-0. Those are really tricks that I learned later on. Specifically the frontside 5-0, I think is like the most important transition trick. It opens up that whole frontside repertoire. Busting my ass on that. Blunted pivot fakie, that's a cool one. 2016 skating Cooper skate park. This is now my favorite skate park in New York City because of the quarter pipes. Oh shit, we got transition, so I'm grinding my tricks now. Got the frontside 50s at this point. Still doing blood fakies, filming them every time. Okay. F your cream of chicken. See, this park just asks you to progress at transition because all of these quirky, flowy elements are just so much fun. They're begging you to skate them. Okay, here we go. Yes, I really started figuring out backside disasters in college, it's one of the sickest feeling tricks, and still doing blunt fakies. I fucking love blunt fakies, I guess. I absolutely loved this little quarter pipe at Otis because the run-ups to it were like diagonal, so it was the perfect angle for learning grind tricks. That was a cool one. I really missed the Otis skate park. I remember being terrified of this bowl, but I remember like something clicked in my brain, like I want to get better at this. So I would just put myself into these transition obstacles and just force myself through how uncomfortable it felt. At this point in time, from where I sit today, it has absolutely paid off. Transition is some of the most fun skateboarding ever, in my opinion. Looking at it now, the bowl corner doesn't look big at all. But I remember when I went to the skate park for the first time, it was even scary to like drop in, and I was so like, yeah, scared of that axle stall. I'm looking uncomfortable, but I'm figuring it out. You gotta remember with skateboarding to keep skating through that uncomfortable phase of whatever aspect of progression it is. You have to keep skating. You know what's funny about that trick is I love doing that early grab backside air since way back in the day. This try for real. I'm actually particularly afraid of rock to fakies on bigger transitions. Transition skills, believe it or not, do translate to street skateboarding. We skated this rock like every day for a whole semester. Backside airs. Very weak, but they're starting here. More middle field, let's see how I'm handling the quarter pipe here. Whoa, that was sick. I probably have not done that trick since then. Nollie pop to axle stall. Oh shit, I gotta try those again. The 5-0 grind to fakie, that might have been a first. I'm getting deeper into that transition obsession. Trying the front Smith, I definitely can see my technique is a little off there. It's definitely possible that that was my first ever front Smith grind on a quarter pipe. I can tell watching this video that something is brewing inside of me, this excitement to get better at transition. With these skate parks around me, Otis, Middlefield, how could I not? Trying the back lip slide here, I think this is one of the sexiest tricks ever. Yes, I really love that. It's a pretty advanced trick on a quarter pipe. Takes a lot of trust. Cheating that back Smith with the heel touch. Front 50. Am I still not doing frontside 5-0s at this point? At least I got the front 50s though. And of course, the blunt fakie. This skate park has like a 5-foot metal mini ramp, which at the time was extremely intimidating to me, but I think I handled it pretty well. Probably at this point was too scared to do any frontside tricks though, like frontside 50-50. Once you hit like the 5-foot ramp, I really got very scared to do anything frontside. Back at Otis in November 2017, and you can see I'm handling this bowl corner with a little bit more confidence. Yeah, look at that. I'm looking better. Progress stacks. Just keep skating. Oh yeah, I'm looking real confident on that 50 now. All right, so this is my first back tail ever on a quarter pipe here. I mean, backside tails on any obstacle have always been extremely difficult for me to figure out. So that is definitely a major progression step for me. And let's see if I'm doing frontside 5-0s yet. I gotta be at this point, come on. Back disasters are looking much more comfortable. Will we see a frontside 5-0? Did I really learn? Oh, there we go, there we go. There it is, okay. Nice front side there. You can feel it in this one. I'm starting to get much better. Oh, and this fakey ollie became one of my obsessions. I think it looks so sick. As long as you don't clip and die. Okay, so here I'm starting to finally figure out the pivot fakies on an actual size ramp. I'm being scared to commit. That's a thing of the past now for me, which I am stoked to say. One of my first times at Chelsea Skate Park, so I'm actually even scared to drop in on the shallow end here. Yep, that is the shallow end. So yeah, that's all I did in the bowl in this video, not much at all. And I am trying to figure out how to frontside 50-50 on a bigger size ramp. Doing this, facing this fear on this day was essential for me. So essential because now it's simple. The reason I was able to do the tray fakie on this particular quarter pipe is it is so mellow. Oh, here it is, 5-0 to fakie. Yeah, that was a big moment for me, y'all. I mean, just compare how I'm skating here to the videos I was reacting to at the beginning of this video. It's insane and quite beautiful. Oh yeah, I'm starting to flow, yo. Look at that front tail looking good. So now we're just 2 years ago. Handling everything really nicely. Quarter pipe is probably 6 feet and it is quite steep, which definitely made it more scary. And the mini ramp skills are starting to improve. This is the Soul Skates mini ramp. Looking pretty cozy on there. Incorporating more difficult tricks into my runs. Front Smith's coming together nicely. Ooh, and that swoop into backside nose pick is one that I'm still working on to this day. Front Smith's really looking comfortable. Ooh, and that back D to 𝓅𝓇𝒻𝕚𝒚. Doing back tail slides on the thing. Oh, and that is one of my favorite tricks now, that fakey tail slide. Oh, this is sick, yo. I'm also realizing that there is no arriving. Like, as far as I've come and as much as I've progressed, I'm still on this journey. I'm literally in the middle of it. There is always more to do and learn on a skateboard, and it's always going to evolve. That's one of the most beautiful parts about skateboarding. Looking really, really much more comfortable. And I think it's improving my style, how confident I am. This session is actually where I do my first backside tail slide on a quarter pipe. Yeah, a little squeaker on that one. You know, this also really makes me realize that filming all this skateboarding for YouTube is like really, really special. So here is April 2019 as well. And I mean, look at these skate parks in Connecticut. Like, it's like almost like it was meant to be for me to get better at transition. And watching everybody in Connecticut handle transition like so beautiful also inspire me to kind of get better, you know? Yeah, handling those front Smiths. Beautiful front tail. Starting to get the front Smiths on bigger transition. Nice. And I'm gonna beef it out with the pivot fakie here. Yup. That's crazy. And then at Woodward in 2019, when I worked there, I started skating the mini vert ramp. I looked pretty uncomfortable, but I think this was an important session because it's actually the first time I wore knee pads and started figuring out how to knee slide. So as baby of a step as this session was, you have to take those baby steps. You can't skip this process, you know, you have to go through it. Yeah, I mean, it's important to actually test out how that knee slide works. It's something I never knew how to do before. Dropping in on the maybe 9 foot. Kind of handling myself, you know? I definitely want to skate a little bit more vert in 2021. Want to keep working towards that goal of the backside air. Here's where the fakie ollies really started coming together. Here I'm starting to learn backside airs. Kind of on this cheating obstacle because you can't clip since it's a quarter pipe to a bigger bank. So you could see that I want to learn how to skate vert in this session. So this middle field session in November 2019, I had graduated college. Now I'm starting to feel like my transition skills are basically the same as they are now. You know, it's easy to see that progress over a long span. And as you zoom in that time scale to like 1 year, it can be hard to see that progress, but you have to trust that it's happening. Look at the immense progress I made over 15 years. Those backside ollies are really improving. That progress is all stacking up, and you have to think long term. You have to keep skating if you want to get better. I'm skating with Josh and Danny here. Now it's starting to become like what my life is now, you know? Yeah, I love how I'm skating this thing right now. All right, so here is the next, and actually I haven't been to Chelsea since then. Got my knee pads strapped in, so I was much more confident. Yeah, see that, knowing how to knee slide like that is so important. And you can see how I'm carving this bowl that I've got more ambition. I'm like, I want to get up there. Got the frontside slash. That trick still scares the shit out of me on big transition. Like, just because I'm worried my feet are gonna slip out of place. Hitting the tiles when I carve, which is pretty sick. Kind of handling the frontside carves. I wish I was going higher up, but hitting the tiles on the deep end too. And here I'm gonna drop in on the big side. Yeah, and that drop in actually isn't that bad. Once I did it, I was like, oh, all right. So that's pretty cool. I definitely need to go back to Chelsea and see what I can do. 1 year ago, January 2020, the quarter pipe to bank all the way up to the lip. Yeah, so stoked on that. You know, it's okay to be stoked on your progress in skateboarding, you know, like, we all deserve that. Now we're in the pandemic, so it's basically today. Being able to handle yourself on transition can translate to street skateboarding. And this is the Chinatown Banks in Manhattan. After doing so many pivot fakies in my life, like, the motion is just so comfortable and repeatable that I could do it on this janky ass ramp, you know? Like, that's how progress and being comfortable on your skateboard pays off. Stoked on that. Really stoked on that. And you know, now we're literally at basically today, fall 2020. Skating Cooper all the time. I love boosting over this mouse hole, you know, but I still have a long way to go. I still cannot comfortably do back tails. I've never done a 5-0 to fakie over this mouse hole. There's always more progress to be had in skateboarding. Like I said, I think that's one of the most beautiful parts about it. I think that's how you can literally skate for your whole life without ever getting sick of it. In fact, just becoming more and more passionate about skateboarding. This type of video makes me realize that skating progress stacks up over time. I can never give up skating if I want to continue to progress. It's about those baby steps and just spending as much time on the board as possible. Spending time on tricks that make you uncomfortable. Like, imagine I go to Chelsea even once a month in 2021, how much progress will be made. Well, skateboarding is beautiful. And yeah, I'll be seeing you every Friday. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it. Drop a comment, subscribe to this channel for a video once a week. And you know, all my other stuff is down in the description. And don't forget to cop yourself a new logo 𝓉𝒽𝒄𝓉 mask at the link in the description. Thanks for watching. Shred on. I'll catch you next time. Ads. Oh, these fucking ads, dude. Is this how it is to be you guys watching my videos? Cream of chicken. I don't. That do be pinched though. As long as you don't hang up, it's literally fine.